All right, our top focus this morning, 40 hours, 23 meetings. That's the Prime Minister's agenda during his whirlwind tour of Tokyo. Modi's in Japan on a two-day visit. He's going to be holding bilateral talks with heads of states. He will also attend the second in-person Quad summit with his US, Japan and Australian counterparts. Prime Minister Modi will also be holding community as well as diplomatic engagements. He will also hold bilateral talks with heads of state on varied topics, from the China challenge in the Indo-Pacific to the aftermath also of the war in Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi will kick off this tour with a meeting with the Indian business community first. That will be followed by an Indo-Pacific economic framework launch and also importantly a business roundtable with Japan's top CEOs in attendance. So day one of his visit will culminate with an interaction with the Indian diaspora in Tokyo. Prime Minister Modi was seen also briefly interacting with some youngsters, Japanese and Indian nationals there as he touched down. His power-packed schedule will be followed by that crucial Quad summit and one-on-one talks with Biden, with Kishida and Anthony Albanese. That's the New Zealand and Australian Prime Minister on day one. Let's take this across to Poulomi Sahab. She's joining us live this morning from Tokyo. Poulomi, good morning. Tell us really what is the big highlight that's expected. 2 days, the Prime Minister Modi is there in Japan, but many big takeaways that are expected. Perhaps the big talking point is going to be that Quad summit.
Oh, absolutely, Akshata. Good morning to you. We're, of course, coming live from Tokyo. A short while ago, in fact, just a couple of hours ago, Prime Minister Modi, in fact, landed in Tokyo. He was accorded a big welcome from the Indian community, which was present at the hotel where he arrived in Tokyo. He, of course, like you were telling our viewers, Akshata, has a very packed schedule over the next 2 days that he's spending in Tokyo. Of course, the highlight is going to be the Quad Summit, the second in-person conference of the Quad leaders that is happening on the 24th of May, which is tomorrow. But today, of course, his engagements are more inclined towards the business side of things. He will have one-on-one interactions with the CEOs of Suzuki Motor Corporation, also Uniqlo, NEC and SoftBank Group. He will be interacting with them, and then there will be a roundtable with a Japanese business delegation as well. More importantly, also today, one of the highlights is going to be the unveiling of the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework by President Joe Biden, which Prime Minister Modi will be attending. Remember that Joe Biden is trying to stitch together an alliance which is on the economic side of things in the Indo-Pacific region. The Quad, of course, primarily focuses on security. But the US has realized that since it, of course, withdrew, since former US President Donald Trump withdrew from the TPP, there's been an absence of a US sort of grouping, which was led by the US in terms of the economic side of things here in the Indo-Pacific region, and that is what President Joe Biden is trying to stitch together. India so far has not committed to joining the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, but it remains to be seen. We've said that we're trying to understand the terms of engagement over here because it's not a very traditional trade agreement. So we're trying to understand that, and we're working on that. But Prime Minister Modi will be there when President Joe Biden, in fact, unveils that. He will, of course, he's coming in from South Korea, where he's already got the support of Seoul as far as the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework is concerned. So that is going to be the big highlight. But tomorrow, of course, is the Quad Summit. The day opens with the Quad Summit. And then, of course, the subsequent bilateral engagements with the US President, with the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Akshata. All
right. Thank you for the moment, Poulomi, for joining us with those details. We're going to keep coming across to you through the day. So busy day ahead for you as well. I also want to show our viewers those images of Prime Minister Modi and the kind of welcome that he received as he was seen interacting not just with the Indian diaspora, but with little Japanese children who wowed the Prime Minister by speaking in different Indian regional languages. The Prime Minister was seen also signing an autograph for that little boy there. And the World Economic Forum kicked off in Davos yesterday. The Indian delegation, led by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal, is holding deliberations over key global challenges. This delegation also includes Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia, Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, Chief Ministers as well as ministers from 6 different states, as well as top business leaders. Speaking exclusively to India Today in Davos to Rahul Kanwal, Piyush Goyal said that the event would further help reinforce India's position as an important and relevant stakeholder in actually shaping the global initiative. This year's edition of the Davos Summit, which is so widely and globally spoken about, it's particularly important for India as we assume the presidency of the G20 in 2023. Several key issues, the war in Ukraine, of course, geopolitics, COVID-19, climate change, all of that is being discussed in the course of this summit. The Davos Summit will conclude on May 26th. And this morning, let's get you all the updates on the Gyanvapi Mosque case. A Varanasi district judge will be hearing this case today, and the points to be taken up will be decided by the Court of District Judge Ajay Kumar Vishwesh. The Supreme Court had said that the district judge would decide on priority the Mosque Management Committee's plea that the suit isn't maintainable as it defies the Protection of Places of Worship Act of 1991. 3 additional suits have also been filed subsequently. All files related to the Shringar Gauri Gyanvapi Mosque case were transferred to the Varanasi District Court on Saturday in accordance with the Supreme Court's order. And just to highlight for you exactly what the Apex Court had to say on Friday, it's ordered the shifting of the case from the civil judge to the district judge. After the Supreme Court ordered, the Gyanvapi case files were transferred to the district court on Saturday. The case pertains to a suit filed by 5 women in April last year, seeking unrestricted daily access to worship the idol of Shringar Gauri placed on the outer wall of the Gyanvapi Mosque. So the debate over what the survey found inside the Gyanvapi Mosque continues. India Today exclusively spoke to the photographer of the survey team of Gyanvapi, Ganesh Sharma, as he narrated to us all the findings during this survey that's become most controversial.
Amid surveys, claims of multiple shivlings, and Nandi, Sheshnag, Trishul and Damru surfacing. Here is exclusive eyewitness account from someone at forefront of the mosque survey on the secrets buried in the mosque and its basement. Meet Ganesh Sharma, the 23-year-old cameraman, part of 2 back-to-back surveys as videographer. He speaks on the truth of shivling, calling it a black shiny stone, submerged in water since ages, but yet to lose its luster, and resembles a similar stone inside Kashi Vishwanath temple.
वो जो वहाँ पे मिली है, आकृति मिली है, वो पानी में पूरा जो कुआं है वह भी करीब 6 इंच से ज्यादा डूबा हुआ था। बाहर से वो दिख नहीं रहा था कि वो कुआं भी है। मुझे उस दिन उम्मीद ही नहीं थी कि वहाँ पे कुछ मिलेगा, क्योंकि वो पानी में पूरा डूबा हुआ था। और जब पानी में कोई चीज इतनी डूबी हुई है तो वो फव्वारा तो कभी थ्रो ही नहीं कर सकती।
So what else did the survey teams encounter during the high-profile surveys?
एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण और अजीब चीज, जो मस्जिद का मुख्य गुंबद है, 3 गुंबद है वहाँ पर, जो मेन गुंबद है, बड़ा गुंबद है, उसमें मुझे एक पत्थर दिखाई पड़ा जो मंदिरों में लगने वाला पत्थर है, जिसमें 3 तरफ कलाकृतियां बनी हैं। यह रिपोर्ट में तो है पर मीडिया में चर्चा का विषय नहीं है।
मैं आपको एक प्रमाण दिखा रहा हूँ। ये है 154 साल, ये प्राचीन है। अब ये 2022 है, ये 2022 है। ये देखिए यहाँ पे पूरा वो था।
The Mahant of Kashi temple showed old images claiming that underground chambers of Gyanvapi complex had shivlings.
बाबा विश्वनाथ जी का शिवलिंग, वो विश्वनाथ का शिवलिंग है, उसकी मैं पूजा पाठ, उनका राग भोग स्नान, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ नियम है कि बाबा अगर हैं तो उनका जो है दैनिक जो है स्नान ध्यान पूजन पाठ करना ये महंत का दायित्व और व्यवस्था करना मेरा धर्म है। और उसको जो है लागू करने की मेरी जिम्मेदारी है। और भक्तों को खोलने की परमिशन अभी नहीं मांग रहा हूँ, क्योंकि भक्तगण जब खुलेंगे, जब पूरा विवाद खत्म हुआ। लेकिन मैं ये दावा के साथ कर सकता हूँ, वहाँ पर शिवलिंग है नीचे, और नीचे के शिवलिंग का जो पूजा पाठ जो सन 92 से बंद है, उसको जो मैं चालू जो पहले चलता रहा, उसको मैं पुनः लागू करने के लिए याचिका दाखिल कर रहा हूँ।
The Hindu side has been saying that the 352-year-old Gyanvapi truth is finally out. The Muslim side gives its own version of the stone structure, calling it a fountain.
जो आदि ज्योतिर्लिंग है, जो लाखों साल पहले भगवान शिव ने यहाँ काशी नगरी बसाई थी, ये वही जगह है जहाँ 5 करोड़ का अमुक्त एरिया डिक्लेयर किया था, बनाया था। और आपको ताजुब होगा कि जो गुम्बद तीनों बने हैं, ये गुम्बद के नीचे ओरिजिनल हिंदू गुम्बद है।
यह शिवलिंग में क्या क्या चीजें होती है हर हिंदू जानता है। और वो फुवारा है, फुवारा कटा हुआ होता है, उसमें निशान 5 खांचे बने हुए जिस पर फुवारा रख के फुवारा चलाया जाता है।
Will the court hearing settle the age-old debate? With Abhishek Mishra and Kumar Abhishek in Varanasi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao paid homage to martyrs of the Galwan Valley and farmers who died during the farmers' agitation. All of this happened in Chhattisgarh. Ex gratia for families of farmers and Galwan Valley martyrs was also announced. The Delhi Chief Minister and Telangana CM also had lunch together and discussed the current political situation in the country. A lot being discussed about this meeting and what really is the takeaway.
अगले शहीद सिपाही करके इसी वीर का परत शहीद ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਜ਼ਿਲ੍ਹੇ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਲ੍ਹੇ ਤੋਂ
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Telangana Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, and eyes on the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. 3 chief ministers paying homage to the martyrs of Galwan Valley and the farmers who died during the farmers' agitation in Chandigarh. But the key highlight of the event was the ex gratia amount by the Telangana government for the kin of farmers, around 600 families and 20 families of the Galwan martyrs. Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann echoed the Jai Jawan Jai Kisan slogan and highlighted Punjab's contribution to armed forces and agriculture.
3 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਇਆ ਪਰ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਤੇ 10 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਇਆ ਗਲਵਾਨ ਘਾਟੀ ਦੇ ਯੋਧਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਇਮ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਜਾਨਾਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ।
Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal recalled the days of Anna Andolan and slammed the government for suppressing farmers.
अगर जो किसान दिल्ली के बॉर्डर पे पहुंच रहे थे, दिल्ली में एंटर करने के बाद अगर उनको सबको स्टेडियम के अंदर कैद कर दिया जाता, तो किसान आंदोलन उसके बाद वो स्टेडियम के अंदर ही रह जाता। तो वो फाइल केंद्र सरकार के पास आई। किस्मत अच्छी थी कि वो पावर हमारे पास थी स्टेडियम को जेल में कन्वर्ट करने की, और हमने इतना प्रेशर हमारे ऊपर डाला गया केंद्र सरकार के द्वारा कि आप हमने करने से मना कर दिया। हमने कहा नहीं, हम स्टेडियम को जेल में कन्वर्ट नहीं करेंगे।
Telangana Chief Minister KCR called on the farmers to continue the protest and said it can change governments.
तो मेरा एक ही प्रार्थना होगा किसान नेताओं से, इस आंदोलन को हम जरूर जारी रखें। अब क्या आंदोलन जो चलना चाहिए सिर्फ पंजाब, हरियाणा, उत्तर प्रदेश या दिल्ली, इन राज्यों से नहीं, सारे हिंदुस्तान से चलना चाहिए।
Before the event, Delhi Chief Minister and Telangana CM had lunch together and discussed the current political situation in the country. KCR, harboring national ambitions, is slated for a pan-India tour, meeting opposition stalwarts like former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda and activist Anna Hazare as well. Bureau Report, India Today.